Hey everybody, it's Chris again with Out West with Chris, and today I am back with another unboxing of a subscription box. Last night I just got in my second shipment of the Alpha Outpost subscription box, and I'm ready to get into this one and check it out. If you saw my last unboxing for the Alpha Outpost box, you could probably tell I was a little bit critical. I was fairly disappointed. In looking in retrospect, I think that the first box actually was worth the $40 value, but I was kind of disappointed with a few things. So one thing that you can always expect from me is that I'm going to be brutally honest when I'm doing these unboxings of my initial impressions. So after the fact, I do have to point out that BattleBox was cool enough to send an additional gift a few days, it's probably 2 or 3 weeks after I got my first box. And that's something that they're doing for people that are 12-month subscribers. So they're going to periodically send out an additional item. They also had a nice letter with that additional item as well. And I thought it was pretty classy. I'm really hopeful that this box, the gentleman box, blows me away, surprises me. I really want the Alpha Outpost box and the company to succeed. So, without further ado, I guess it's time to get into it. As you can see, the box this time is fully taped. That was something that I commented on last time, that the box was opened. It appeared that the box was opened. Alright, so it's time to start with this unboxing. The box itself, hey, pretty nice little box. Nothing too big, nothing too small. It's got a nice little design on it. So we're going to open it up. Oh, upside down. There we go. And I'm going to see what's on this front card before we get too far into it. This is the gentleman, the box theme, and okay, we've got a list. And like I've said before, I like these lists. They're pretty cool. This one doesn't have the values of each one, but that's still fine. Oh, it looks like there's some pretty cool stuff in here already. Let me get into this before we spoil it just looking at the card. We'll put the gentleman right there. All right. Let's see what we got here. Box content. Oh, cool. Okay, great. So we'll look over this later, but it does give a value. Holy cow. So they're saying the value on this guy is $135. Okay, so if that's the case, that's pretty cool. All right, what do we got? Lots of stuff. It's well organized, well packed. I like that. That's cool. Before, there were a lot of really loose items in the first box. So this is pretty cool. All right, this is pretty familiar to me. This is some Black Rifle Coffee Company. I've got one of these in a battle box recently. And I haven't tried their coffee yet. I'm looking forward to it. But it looks like this one is called Just Black. So it's just a black coffee. And Black Rifle. A percentage of their sales actually go to support Second Amendment advocacy programs or groups that advocate your freedom, your right to bear arms and that type of stuff. So that's one thing that's kind of cool about this Black Rifle Coffee Company. And I've mentioned before, I'm going to try some of this out when I go out camping one of these days. And I will post a review on this coffee. So it's ground. It feels like it's packed well. I'm going to put it in the freezer and we'll try it out at a later date. Okay, what do we got here? Okay, field notes, a little booklet, 48-page memo book. It's always nice to have a little memo pad to write some stuff on. I like keeping them with me and taking notes when I'm hiking or hunting about what I see, where I see it, that type of thing. I find that it's helpful, and the older I get, the worse my memory gets. So it's nice being able to jog your memory just looking through a notebook. What do we got here? We've got a flask. And look what they did. Alpha Outpost. And they've got a little quote on there. A gentleman would be ashamed should his deeds not match his words. Okay. So nice little flask here. It's always cool to have a flask. You know, you're going to watch a movie and you want to have a little bit more fun than the guys, you know, sitting in front of you. Sneak in a little Jack Daniels. So anyways, that's pretty neat. Nice, seems like fairly decent quality flask. And I like the writing on the front. That's pretty nice. Some customization. All right, whoa. Some Alpha Outposts branded lip balm. Okay. So lip balm's always good. You know, you get some chapped lips. I don't use it that often, but you know, it's always good to have some. I use Carmex a lot of the time. Let's see what the card says about the lip balm. Lip balm keeps your lips as moist as she is. Okay, there we go. What do we got in here? What is this? This looks like a power bank. Okay, here's the cords for the power bank. So this will actually, you know, help charge your phone. So you can charge this up and then use this to charge your phone. Running out of phone battery is always pretty lame. Okay, what is this? What's going on here? I don't know. Let me see if I can even get it open. This is a pretty cool little box though. It's got some Alpha Outposts on the front. Okay. These are whiskey stones to keep water out of your fine whiskey. So that's nice. You freeze these, and then instead of using ice cubes, you use these. That way when they melt or, you know, aren't cold anymore, you don't water down your whiskey. So I like that. These are nice. Some nice items so far. I'm liking it. What do we got here? Man, it's like Christmas and, oh, Christmas. Okay, here's a Tacticool pen. But that's a pretty nice pen, pretty heavy duty. Well, I'm going to play around with this, but this looks like a pretty nice pen. You know, as in with some other stuff with Alpha Outposts, it's not branded, but still pretty cool. And I'm going to mess around with this a little bit, see what kind of features it has. But it has a you know, like a glass breaking edge on it. It's really heavy duty, nice weight to it. Pretty cool pen. All right. And what do we got here? Ah, some rules for a gentleman. Oh, cool. And a menu. Well, it looks like, you know, how to make a couple of drinks. I'm a gin and tonic guy, and I don't mind a Manhattan either. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, so you've got recipe for making an old-fashioned, gin and tonic, a simple martini, and the Manhattan. And then on the reverse side, 10 rules for being a gentleman. So let's just pick one. Rule 5, a gentleman speaks honestly, but always with the best intentions. Okay, cool. And we've got some pretty decent whiskey glasses. Cool. That's a nice glass right there. Nothing cheap about that. That's not a whiskey glass. This is another whiskey glass. Sweet, so you get 2 whiskey glasses. All right. We got something else in here. Some other stuff. Here, really quick though. Here's a nice comb, and this is pretty cool. It's a wooden comb. Is it wooden? Man, it looks like it's wooden. So, you know, that'll be good for keeping my beard in order, because my beard gets disorderly every now and then. But that's pretty cool. Nice comb. All right, what do we got in here? This is a pretty light box. Ah, nice. Decent handkerchief square. So if you're going out on the town and you're wearing a nice sports coat or a suit, it's always cool to add a pocket square into your pocket. Cap off your style a little bit. Okay, and a black tie. Pretty solid black tie. That's a tactical tie right there, because everything that's black is tactical, right? Cool. So you get a black tie and a pocket square. That's nice. Or a handkerchief, whatever you want to call it. All right, and last but not least is a Ready Man. And I don't know if you've ever seen these before, but they're little things that you stick into your wallet, and these are basically a bunch of tools. And if you ever need to use them, you just kind of break them off, and you have some tools right there for you. All right, so this is it. There was quite a bit of stuff in here, and I think overall this is a pretty good value. I mean, the glasses and the flask and these the whiskey stones themselves, I could see spending $20-30 on something like that as a gift package at a store. So throwing in some of these other items, and it's definitely worth $40. I think this was a major improvement over the first box that I got from Alpha Outpost. All right, everybody, that's my review of the second shipment from Alpha Outpost. I really thought that the guys stepped up and put together a really cool box. Part of the reason why I wanted to get this box is because they're not just stuck on survival or tactical gear. They're going to be changing their theme up every month. And I thought the gentleman theme box was really solid. Really cool box. Go over to alphaoutpost.com, check out their website, and if you feel like it, sign up. So all in all, not a bad box. Yeah, I can get use out of this. I'll tell you right now, my beard gets pretty unruly sometimes after a long day of work. And, being able to kind of comb it, get it looking a little bit more well kept is going to be a good thing. So that's going in my glove box right now. Anyways, if you like the review, please click the thumbs up button and subscribe. And as always, thanks for getting out west with Chris.